Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. Once again, I remind you, my name is Muti. For those of you who are new, those of you who know me, you know I'm Muti. Today is going to be our second workout of all time that you can do at home. That is Pilates and pregnancy friendly. And I'm actually going to build up on the first workout that I did, so please feel free to join in. I hope you enjoy the movement and feel better afterwards. So, just to begin, I've prepared myself with a chair at hand because we're going to start with the footwork, to get the blood flowing, to start the breathing. So take a moment, grab a chair and have it nearby for you. Then whenever we're ready, let's separate our legs a little bit wider than hip width apart. Give yourself some room. And let's start with just some deep breathing. Thinking about growing tall in your spine, feeling your weight nice and spread out on your feet. Take a nice inhale and stretch the arms up. Try to reach the ceiling. And as you exhale, just let your hands float down. And breathe out through the mouth. And again, inhale. Let your abdominals go. Stretch. If it feels good to arch the back, arch the back. And exhale. Bring it down. And now just start to feel your body for today as well. Tune into your body. Where are the aches and pains? Where are the tight spots? Just pay attention, observe. And then exhale, bring the arms down. Little side bend to get the spine moving. Inhale. Reach your left arm up, slide your right hand down, and exhale, come back center. Same thing. Inhale, right hand up, stretch the left hand down, keeping the opposite leg anchored. Exhale down. And again, inhale. Above all, breathe. Try to get a rhythm. Two more. Every breath should feel like a cool glass of water or beer, whatever you enjoy more. Last one. And exhale. And both arms again. Inhale, reaching up. And exhale, bringing the hands down, looking for your chair. Bring your feet into a parallel position with all 10 toes looking forward. Place your other hand on your hip so you can feel if it's square, and we're going to start to just bend our knees, trying to keep the spine straight and stretch. And we're going to do this a little faster today compared to the first workout, but it should really get our blood flowing. 3. We're going to do 10. 4. The only rule as you're doing this is you want to try to feel the weight on your feet grounded and spread out between the front, the back, the inside, and the outside. How many have we done? 4. And again, without correcting too much, just feel where the energy is coming from. Let your abdominals do what they naturally do. Last one. Staying tall, we go on our tippy toes. 10 times here. 1, 2, 3. Trying to use both feet equally. 7, 9, and 10. And now we stay with our heels lifted, and like the other day, we bend and stretch. The only rule here is to keep your heels lifted and try to keep your spine long, as if it were sliding up and down a wall. 5, 6. So I'm feeling this a little bit in my quads. 2 more. Last one. And then bring it down. Okay, second position. Heels together. Like a ballerina, keep squeezing the heels together at all times. Again, the only rules are to keep your feet firmly planted on the ground and your heels together. Then you can bend your knees as much as you want. And stretch and squeeze. and bend. Stretch and squeeze. Now, just as you're moving, feel what's happening in your abdomen as you bend your knees, in your lower abdomen, yeah? Like around the zipper area. If you're pregnant, at least for me, when I bend my knees, I feel like I'm letting go of the belly a little bit. When I squeeze the legs together, I feel like I'm zipping up a tight pair of pants or hugging my baby and lifting up in my pelvic floor. And again, bend, so I'm letting go of the belly. And as I squeeze my legs together, I think about pulling the belly button in slightly and squeezing my sit bones together. Last one. And up, staying here. And I go with my heels up and down. And 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 2 more. And last one. Okay, keeping your heels lifted now and together. Plie, bend. And think about lifting in and up with your core. And bending. And as you exhale, you pull your zipper up, squeeze the legs together. And release as you go down. Good, you don't have to do this fast to feel it. Actually, sometimes the slower you do it, the more you can feel your body adapting to the exercise. Trust your bodies, they know what they're doing. It's not so much about whether your body knows what it's doing, it's whether you're aware that it's doing what it's doing. So take this opportunity to check in and just to observe all the different sensations that you're having. And then release. Last position for the footwork. Legs wide, feet flat on the floor, wider than shoulder width apart. We bend, sending the knees out and stretch. And again, bend and stretch. Sometimes it helps to use your hands to give you feedback. So having your hands on your thighs, you can kind of feel the lengthening and the strengthening of your muscles. You feel kind of like the direction the tissues are pulling and pushing. So when I exhale and I lift up, I feel like I'm drawing everything in and up in my body. And when I go down, I feel kind of everything going down and opening. And 3 more. 2 more. Last one. And now we stay up and we do the tippy toes. 1, 2. So just a nice leg warm up that with the breathing should start to increase your body temperature, make you feel like it's a gentle cardio workout. 4. We're going to be moving the whole time. 2 and 1. Keeping our heels firmly planted on the ground. We now bend, stay here, and ready. Alternating the feet, lifting one heel up, keeping the pelvis low, dropping the heel down. Lifting the other heel up, hopefully getting a nice stretch in the inner thighs, dropping the heel down and switching. As you breathe, don't let the movement ever take away your breath. You don't have to work so hard here. You can go higher if it feels better for you. Don't have to be so low. Go to where you feel you can handle it. Last one on each side. Okay, I'm going to hold on to the chair 3 times. Lift both heels and then drop. Lift both heels and then drop. Both heels and then drop and stretch. Ooh. Okay, now just staying here, what I would do is I'd pivot, okay, to face the chair. And try to plant at least the front foot completely on the ground. You can lift up the back heel, we're gonna do single leg squats. Now here, what your body probably wants to do is hang loose and arch. Just think about keeping the lower back long. It helps to think about curling your tailbone slightly under, which will automatically make you feel like you're wearing a corset in the lower belly. And we're gonna do a couple of, let's do 5 squats here. You're gonna bend, slowing down the descent, tap the floor, and then push up. You got the chair for balance. And again, down. Again, as I'm doing this, what I'm thinking about is to have the spine long, the lower spine as well. Especially when you're pregnant, the weight of the belly tends to make you want to go here. You want to just keep gently supporting your abdomen to keep the spine long. We do 2 more. 1 more. Okay. And then to change legs, I'll do a big step forward, hold on to my chair, and then a big step back. Okay. Most of the weight goes onto the front leg. So again, thinking about the positioning. If I'm lazy and I want to relax, I would be here. So I totally let my abdominals go and I'm kind of hanging on my joints. If I think about gently pulling in my core, lengthening my spine, I feel the work a lot more in the legs, which is what we want to access. We do 5 here. So inhale and exhale, stretch. And inhale. If you do this correctly, your knee probably won't go over your toes. And 2. And 1. And step forward. Okay, I'm pretty warmed up. Let's move the spine. Up to this point, we haven't moved the spine very much, just a little bit in the beginning. We're gonna walk back, okay? As you walk back, your body is going to have to go down. So let it be. Press your hands down into your chair gently, but keep your head higher than your shoulders. Okay, perfect. So here, now, bend your knees slightly, I suggest, so you're not locking into the joints. Now let's start to move our tail, which is really down low, yeah? Your coccyx, that's our tail. Imagine we were a dog. Hopefully right now you see me in a happy dog position. So I have my tail up, out into the sky. And I take a nice big inhale here. I arch my spine. When I exhale, I press down on my chair. I draw my abdominals up towards the ceiling. And I think about curling my tail in between my legs as if I were a scared dog. And so now I am curving my spine. And then I let it go. Okay, so if you can see me better like that. So I inhale, I let my belly go. I reach my tail to the sky. And if you're lucky, you're starting to get a nice stretch in your hamstrings. Don't worry if your knees bend. As I exhale, I press my hands down towards the chair. I feel my zippers zipping up. I curl my tail in between my legs and I start to curve the spine to wherever it feels good. And this feels really good for me, pregnant, coming into my 3rd trimester, because the spine, it stretches. The extra weight of the baby makes me feel like my vertebrae are being compressed. And when I activate my core and I pull in through my pelvic floor, in and up through my pelvic floor, this gives me a nice opening in the lower back. And then you release. Oh, and we do 2 more. Exhale. Curling, curling, curling. And then you release. Now, if this is uncomfortable, if you have a little bit of a bigger belly and you need more space, feel free to open your legs as wide as necessary. And let's just do 1 more. Curling, curling, curling the tail in between the legs like a dog that's scared. And then release. Okay, find kind of a comfortable position and sway your hips from side to side. Okay, now there's no right way of doing this. You're just thinking movement from side to side. And again, you just want to feel how your body feels as you do this. Think about think about a dog wagging his tail. Feel the sides of the bodies stretching as you do it. And then start doing little circles. And release. Kind of like you're, dancing or doing the hula hoop. This is just to let go of any tension. Doesn't have to be big, it should feel good. And then change the directions. So you're moving your spine in all directions. We moved it from extension to flexion, then from side to side, and now we're doing circles, circumduction. We do one more. Stay, and then to come back up, curl the spine. And as you're curling the spine, walk up until you're standing nice and tall again. Now that was quite a lot of time in a bent forward position, so just to counterbalance it, interlace your fingers behind your back, reach the fists down to the floor, open the clavicle, and look up. Get a nice chest opener. And then release. Okay, ready. Should be nice and warmed up. Let's go now down into a quadruped position. So into all fours. Actually, now would be a good time for you to move your chair out of the way because we need a bit of space. Okay. So we've done all the wave-like motions. Now we're bringing the spine back to into a stable position. So on all fours, with your knees under your hips and your hands under your shoulders, we're just going to start to rock our body weight forward and backwards like we did in the first workout. Okay, a couple of times. Trying to feel that your arms are nice and strong, your hands are pushing the floor away. And feeling the transfer of weight. Okay. Now let's stop where you feel you have your weight equally spread out between your hands and your knees. I remind you again, if this is tough on your wrists, this is another option, but it's actually harder. Or the fists is another option. If your knees are bothering you, put a pillow under your knees. So staying here with your shoulders over your wrists, we're gonna do a little push-up. Keeping your elbows pointing back. Small bend, keeping the clavicle wide, and then push. Doesn't have to be big. Try to feel the weight nice and spread on the inside and the outside of your hand. And again. Good. We're just going to do 5 of these. 3. Now, as I'm doing this, I'm trying to keep my spine quite stable, so I'm not shaking it around anymore. I'm just trying to let it, I'm using using it a little bit as a lever. And last one. Okay, so this is all to warm up the arms. Now, balance exercise. To warm up and to strengthen your shoulder girdle, you feel like you're pushing the floor away. You want to touch one shoulder with the opposite hand and then place it back down. And do that alternating sides. And again, touch and touch. Touch. I'm trying to be as still as possible. I'm not letting my breath get away. I'm still breathing. Couple more. One more. And then if you need a break, sit yourself down. And give yourself a little rest for the shoulders. You can circle them around because we're going again. strengthening the arms a bit. So this is a build up to the workout that I did the first time, just to make you feel a little bit how you can build on an exercise. So going back on your hands and knees, because we did the bird dog last time, this would be how you could build to a bird dog. Okay, hands under. I'm gonna reach now one hand forward, find my balance, and just lift it and lower it. This is already an exercise. Lift it, and you'll feel how your weight shifts and your balance shifts. And all you're trying to do is just to keep the weight spread out, centered on both legs and on your hand. And down. I did 5, switch. And 1. And you'll notice differences between the left side and the right side. That's okay. You just gently try to correct. Good strengthening exercise. Those are the arms. Now we can add the legs. Bring the legs together if it feels better for you, or keep them wide. Stretch one leg long. I would keep it long, and we can just lift and lower. And as I'm doing this, I'm just paying attention that I don't obsess myself with trying to get my leg up high, because right now I'm all in my back. It's not about the height, it's really about the length and feeling how your abdominals are reacting to support your spine again, to not create compression in your lumbar spine, and therefore letting the glute work. And again, slow and steady. Last one. And bring it down. Other side. So I'm staying there, reaching it long, and then lifting and lowering. As I lift my leg, I'm just trying to be really honest with myself, trying to feel that my spine stays long. You should feel that your coccyx, your tail, is now looking at the wall behind you. Have a sense that every single time you lift your leg, your abdominals draw in. You close your corset. Support your baby with your pelvic floor. 2 more. Last one. And all the way down. And now we get on to the bird dog, complete. So I stretch my right leg out. I start with my left leg slightly stretched. I find the stability with my right hand and my left foot, and I pull my zipper in. And I go stretch, thinking length, and down. And 2. Hopefully feeling pretty elegant. And 3. And 4. And 5. And this time we can just stay here and hold it and get the breath going. Feel if the belly button is pulling in any direction, and then bring it down. Other side. So left leg now back, right hand forward. 1 and 2. I'm consciously pushing the floor away with my left hand and with my right shin. 5, and hold it. And exhale through the mouth. The breath helps you find the stability. And release tension when there's no tension needed. Last breath, and bring it all the way down. Oh, sit back. Shoulder circles. Whew. Good. I felt that. I hope you guys felt it too. I would just like to take the moment to say, throughout all of these movements, you don't have to do as many repetitions as I do if you're pregnant. If you're not pregnant, you can do more repetitions. Just do what instinctively feels good for you. okay? I want this to be enjoyable. So let's add a little bit of yoga into this. Going back on all fours, rocking the body back and forward, tucking your toes under. When you bring the weight onto your hands, I want you to use your hands to push your weight back onto your legs. You can open your legs more to make room for your belly. And you do not have to straighten the legs. Sometimes having the knees slightly bent helps you feel more of the stretch in the hamstrings. But do try to get those heels heavy and down to the floor. And breathe. Let the abdominals sink in. Feel your hands grounded and pressing the floor away. And then come back down. And again, exhale. Push your hands into the ground and try to lengthen your tail to the sky. Really strengthen those shoulders by trying to get those heels down, even if your knees aren't straight. And then come back. And again, exhale. Stretch. Ooh, yikes. Slipped. And here you can do a little bit of walking. Feels good. Bend one leg. Feel the spiraling effect. And then bend the other leg. And feel the spiraling. Feel the side body lengthening as you do this. And bend. And stretch. Now for pregnant women that are in their 3rd trimester, if you start to feel dizzy doing this, don't do it so long. Or you could do a couple of cat stretches on the floor. Or you could just go into your rest pose, which would be this one. Bring your heels together, separate the knees, and with the help of your hands, try to sit your butt down onto your heels and let the back open. So here's an opportunity again for you to feel the breath just as you're resting. As you inhale, feel your belly and your ribs expand. And as you exhale, feel your tailbone becoming heavy and sinking towards your heels. Again, inhale. Feel the belly inflate and the lungs expand. And exhale. Feel the belly and the lungs deflate gently, creating more space and enabling you to sit a little bit deeper into your heels, even if pregnant. And one more. Inhale. And exhale. With the help of your hands, sit on your heels again. And sit sideways on your mat in a mermaid position. This is what we call the mermaid position in Pilates. So it's with one foot against. If this is uncomfortable for you, feel free to sit cross-legged. If cross-legged is uncomfortable for you, you can prop your butt up on a pillow so that you have a little bit more room and you can free the spine for yourself. But for me today, I'm gonna go into this position because it feels good for my hips, getting a little bit of internal rotation. Here, a nice side bend, stretching, free movement. No right way or wrong way to do it. You can even relax your abdominals completely here. So let it go, let the baby hang. Take a nice breath in, one side. And exhale, bring it down, other side. Inhale, because we're gonna do both sides. And exhale. And move freely. Inhale. Go to wherever it feels good for you. Inhale. Exhale. Oh. I'm going to just do one more towards my right. Then we're going to do something fun. From this position, I challenge you to get to the other side without using your hands. So hands on the belly or hands forward. I'm going to put hands on the hips. You want to like swing. And get to the other position. So we can practice that again. So you want to kind of swing and rock on your sit bones to be able to get to the other position. So I didn't explain that very well, but it's fun. It's fun. Find the other position with your foot against your thigh. Sit comfortably tall. Let the abdominals go. Feel the support in your spine. And we go. Nice inhale. And exhale back. Inhale. And exhale back. Inhale. And exhale back. Oh, I love these stretches. It feels so good for me. I'm not trying to correct anything. I'm just trying to really feel my body, feel the changes that it's going through. And I'm just moving to wherever it feels good. Staying back in the center. Now bringing my feet together into a butterfly position. I call it a butterfly position. Holding on to my ankles. Using my legs to roll my shoulders back and to lift my chest up to the sky to create a little bit of a back extension. And then releasing it. So if you don't have this much flexibility and you're here, that's not a problem. You can hold on to your knees as well and do the same thing. So I'll show you from the side, sitting like this. Holding on here. I use my arms. I draw my elbows back to widen my collarbones. And I reach my sternum up, 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 up. And I look up to wherever it feels good. And then I release. That's all. And we do one more. Go up. And then I release. And actually from here, we can do a gentle rocking back and forward on our sit bones. So hopefully you found a place now, your sit bones, where you're seated, where you feel like you're in the center of your sit bones. What would happen if I asked you guys to just rock back on your sit bones slightly? So you're going onto the posterior side of your sit bones. What happens to me, what you should notice is that your abdominals pull in slightly and you curl your tail in between your legs slightly. And then with the help of your arms, you can lift up again. And again, exhale, pull the tummy in. Go towards the back of your sit bones and curl your tail in between your legs like a scared dog, just like we did before, just that now we're in a seated position. And then release. This should feel very, very, very gentle, even in the third trimester of pregnancy. It helps to think about activating all those deep muscles of the pelvic floor, like the muscles that help you control your needs, like your pee and your poo. So as I'm exhaling, I'm thinking about pulling in my needs as if the toilet was really dirty, it was a public toilet and you want to hold it in, and then you can release it as you come back. Okay, so think like that. As you exhale, you don't want to go into the public toilet, you pull it up, you hold it in, you zip it up, and then when you inhale, you're finally back at home in your own private clean toilet and you can inhale. And again, exhale. And this, you just do a couple of times with the support of your hands, and then release. You don't have to do it with your legs like this, you could do it cross-legged as well. And like this, just gentle rocking backwards and forwards on your sit bones. Again, moving the spine, undulating the spine slightly and creating space, but also wrapping and hugging your baby, strengthening. Maybe that helps. I'm gonna do a couple more. So as you exhale, it's as if you were hugging your baby from the inside. You're pulling her or him in and then letting her go. Like you're rocking her. 2 more. It should feel like you're working your abdominals, but without being rough. You know, it's the sensation of really bringing into the center. Hugging. and then release. Okay, from here. Now probably seated, cross-legged, however you feel most comfortable. Take a moment again to just close your eyes, rest your fingers on your mat next to you. Feel your neck long, the crown of your head reaching up to the sky. Check in on your breath. Let's slow it down. Inhale with the nose. And exhale through the mouth. Try to slow the breath down. See how long you can count on the inhale. And how long you can count on the exhale. And let your spine find a resting, erect position. So a resting, seated position where you still feel the base of your spine is your seat bones and you're still reaching the crown of your spine to the ceiling. And one more breath, inhale for as long as you can. Slow and deep. And exhale. And just one time only, you can open your eyes again. Inhale, lift the hands up to the sky, looking up if you want. Interlace the fingers on top or unite them and then just bring them down the center line of your body. Thank you very much. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I hope you understood the exercises from the first workout a little bit better. And I hope you guys feel good. Thanks again.